What's going on, everybody? Today got an absolute banger of a video for you guys. It's also a sad video today because this is going to be our last video for FM23. Today I'm going to be bringing you guys my top 10 tactics over the entire FM23 span. So all the way back to like the original Mando tactic you guys are going to be seeing today. These are my 10 most popular tactics that you guys have enjoyed using throughout the year. So hope you guys do enjoy. If you do, please feel free to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, as more content like this will be coming your guys' way, especially with FM24 around the corner. Speaking of FM24, I have a major discount for you guys if you guys wish to apply it to your pre-order. 22% off using code GORMYFM24, all caps, through Fanatical. Apply that code at checkout, or I have links down below in the description for you guys to be able to head over to Fanatical and get that pre-order done yourselves. Also, down below in the description will be a link to my Discord where you guys are going to be able to download all of these tactics from. I'll have them all under the download section. So any of these tactics that you guys end up liking and want to apply to your saves so that you can dominate the rest of the way throughout FM23, they'll all be in the same place in the download section of my Discord. But without further ado, let's get into the video. Alright, so in order to fit all 10 tactics into the same video and for the video not to be a half hour long, what I'm going to be doing is like mini overviews of them. And if you want the full-on breakdown, I'll be linking each video down below in the description. There will also be timestamps of which tactic comes up when, so that you guys can skip to whichever tactic you may want to see, depending on what formation you may want to be running with your side. So, coming in at number 10 is the 4-2-4 Grogu that was tested with Norwich City. So, with the 4-2-4 Grogu, it's got an advanced forward on attack with a pressing forward on attack, 2 inside forwards on attack, deep line playmaker on support, and a ball-winning midfielder on support, both of them in the central midfield roles, not the defensive midfield roles. We got 2 wingbacks on attack, 2 central defenders on defend, and a sweep keeper on defend. Now, there are 2 changes that if you want to implement them to where it's a bit more balanced, not so heavy on the attacking front, which if you do go with the 4-2-4 Grogu, it is because you want a all-out attack type side. And if your team is capable of doing so, definitely feel free to do it. But if you want to use the 4-2-4 Grogu and your team isn't there yet to go all out attacking, then what you do is you just make this pressing forward on support, and both wingbacks on support. That's all you got to do. You'll have a little bit more of a balanced experience with this tactic. So coming in at number 9 is the 3-4-2-1 Terminator with Bayern Munich. Now the 3-4-2-1 Terminator is actually asymmetric. You have one of the central midfielders in the central midfield role, and then another in the defensive midfield role. But you have the advanced forward on attack up top, 2 inverted wingers out wide, box midfielder on support, that's the central midfield role. Then the ball-winning midfielder on support, the defensive midfield role, 2 wingbacks on attack, 2 ball-playing defenders on defend, a central defender on stopper, and a sweep keeper on defend. Now for this tactic, definitely recommend sides that are a little stronger defensively, like a Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich is very strong defensively. And what is very unique about this tactic is that usually you have like a central defender or a ball-playing defender on cover so that they sit a little bit deeper. The stopper pushes up a little bit, so he'll be more here trying to stop the ball, hence stopper, than allowing the ball to potentially get in behind, and then he's the last man back. So if you have a strong defense, definitely give this tactic a go. This will probably be one of the more stronger ones for you. And if you feel like you are conceding a little bit too much for your liking, which, I mean, I would say anything over 25 might be a little too much with this, then just put the wingbacks on attack to wingback on support. That should help you out a little bit. So coming in at number 8, we're actually sticking in the Bundesliga. We've got the 3-4-3 Wolverine with Borussia Dortmund. So usually 3-4-3s have like a striker and 2 wingers outside. This one has 3 strikers up top, which is very, very potent in FM23. Was very good in FM22. Probably going to be good in FM24 as well if the trend keeps on going that way. But aside from the 3 advanced forwards up top, you got 2 wingers on support out wide, which I was debating on, okay, do I go defensive wingers out wide? Do I go wide midfielders, or do I go wingers? And surprisingly, the wingers actually perform the best. Then you have 2 Segundo Volantes on support. Segundo Volante, very overpowered. 2 ball-playing defenders on defend and a central defender on cover with a sweep keeper on support. This is one of those tactics that if you are a side that has great attacking options up front and you have 3 strikers that you want to play, you could definitely go with like a 4-4-2 or just a formation or tactic that rocks 2 up front. But if you want to utilize all 3, definitely use the 3-4-3 Wolverine. You won't regret it. You'll get plenty of playmaking from your wingers and the Segundo Volantes, and your strikers are going to bag loads and loads of goals for you. All right, so coming in at number 7 is one of my more popular tactics. That is the 4-2-3-1 Joker tested with Trabzonspor. We've got an advanced forward on attack up top, 2 inverted wingers on attack out wide, an attacking midfielder on support between them, deep line playmaker on support, ball winning midfielder on support, and the central midfield roles, not the defensive midfield roles. Then we've got 2 wingbacks on attack, 2 central defenders on defend, and a sweep keeper on defend. Now, what is important about this tactic is that being that the inverted wingers are going to cut in and kind of play around here, sit a little bit deeper than an inside forward would, that allows the wingbacks on attack to be very important to your side, because not only are they going to be the playmakers with your width as they will be crossing towards center, but they also are instructed to shoot more often. So if you have players like a Juan Cuadrado, a Pedro Porro, like Alejandro Balde, those players that can make plays but also are pretty decent attacking wise, then they are definitely going to be the player for you at that wingback on attack spot. So if you have players like that, definitely use the 4-2-3-1 Joker. And if you have a big striker up top, talking like I'll use the Turkish players for example, Maxi Gomez when he was at Trabzonspor, Dzeko, Michy Batshuayi, those bigger guys are going to be vital for you because of how this tactic plays, and you'll see what I mean in a minute by the next tactic that is coming up. And coming in at number 6 is the second version of the 4-2-3-1 Joker, the 4-2-3-1 Joker V2, which was tested with Fenerbahce this time around, originally with Norwich City. So this version is definitely way more different than the original. We still have the advanced forward on attack up top, the inverted winger on attack out wide, and the central defenders on defend. Those stayed the same, everything else changed. The attacking midfielder on support is now on attack. You got an inside forward on attack and an inverted winger on attack instead of 2 inverted wingers. The DLP and the ball winning midfielder slid down from the central midfield positions to the DM positions, and then you have the wingbacks on attack going to wingbacks on support. Still have those central defenders on defend, and the sweep keeper, which was on defend, is now on support. So, why is the attacking midfielder that was on support now on attack? Well, I wanted more goals, simply put. Then, the inside forward on attack and the inverted winger on attack. The inverted winger kind of sits a little bit deeper, like right around here, I'd say. The inside forward kind of plays as a second striker, and some players that are kind of embody that role are Ronaldo and Mo Salah. They both kind of are the typical inside forward attack when they play as wingers. They are very, very good, and the inside forward allows for a lot of not only goal scoring but creativity as well. And what is important about allowing for both of those is because it allows your advanced forward, especially if they're a bigger guy, to score loads more goals. Because Dzeko, who is, I believe, 36 years old now, had 73 goals playing up top in this tactic. 73 goals for a 36-year-old. That's absolutely insane. Coming in at number 5 is a very fun possession tactic, the 4-3-3 Tiki-Taka Masala. So, this is kind of inspired by how Pep Guardiola has played in the past with his sides and how I see the modern day possession style going. It's very, very fun to use, very good as well. It can be utilized in online drafts as well. All these tactics can be utilized in online drafts, but this 4-3-3, very, very fun to watch. Like, the ball playing ability in it is absolutely insane. So you have an advanced forward on attack up top, 2 inverted wingers on attack, box-to-box midfielder on support next to advanced playmaker on attack, halfback on defend, an inverted wingback on support at left back, wingback on support at right back, 2 ball-playing defenders on defend as the center backs, and a sweeper keeper on support. This tactic is very, very fun to use. One of the reasons being is because it kind of plays like a 3-3-4 at times, or even a 3-2-5, which is kind of how Pep's Man City side builds up now. They tend to play like a 3-2-5 at times, because the inverted wingback is going to go where the halfback is. The halfback is going to slide down, and depending on who wants to go further forward, the box-to-box or the advanced playmaker on attack, they will be further up along with the wingback and the inverted wingers. So you have plenty of attacking options with this tactic. It's very, very fun to use. Very, very good overall, and this is actually my most recent tactic that I have made, and it cracked the top 10 because of how good it is. So definitely feel free to give the 433 Tiki Masala a go. Next up, we have a tactic that I carried over from FM22 to FM23. It is the 5-2-1-2 Thor's Hammer. Now, this tactic was tested with Atalanta, and Atalanta is a very, very well-rounded side. That is one of the reasons why I wanted to test with this originally, and I tested with it again this time as well. Now, this tactic has an advanced forward on attack up top and a pressing forward on attack as well, which can also be played as a pressing forward on support, so keep that in mind. And the reason why it can be played as a pressing forward on support is because of the attacking midfielder on attack behind it. You have the advanced playmaker on support behind them with the ball-winning midfielder on support. They play in the central midfield roles, not those defensive midfield roles. 2 wingbacks on attack out wide for the width. You have 2 central defenders on defend outside of a ball-playing defender on cover, and a goalkeeper on defend. This is one of those tactics that allows for those teams that are like right outside of a top 6 or even mid-table, sometimes even low-table sides like bottom dwellers, to big time overperform. This tactic has always been able to do that. It's always been good. It was great in FM22, probably one of my better tactics in FM22, and it is once again one of my best tactics this year in FM23, so maybe we see a return come FM24. So here's the first tactic to Chris in the top 3. It is the original 4-3-3 Mando with Napoli. So the OG Mando tactic here is still very, very good, and it was one of my first 3 tactics I think that I made in FM23, and it's still absolutely insane this late into the game cycle. If you have a very good front 3 up top to play these inside forward positions and the advanced forward on attack, you are going to be absolutely decimating sides. And if you have a very good player that can play as a central midfield on attack, you're going to be doing even better. The central midfield on attack and advanced playmaker on support combo, very, very overpowered in my opinion. And if, like I said, you are able to have a very strong front 3, then you are going to be golden with this tactic. If you have a player, which Victor Osimhen fits this bill perfectly, who is strong, fast, and can finish, you are going to be loving life with this tactic for the rest of FM23. And if you have some playmakers out wide for those inside forward on attack positions that can also finish when need be, you're going to be loving life even more. Coming in at number 2 is one of my favorite tactics this year. It is the 5-2-2-1 BladeRunner that was tested with Bayer Leverkusen. So when testing in the Bundesliga, it is kind of the goal when you aren't testing with a Bayern Munich to obviously see if you can topple them with whatever tactic you are making. This tactic absolutely smoked Bayern Munich. This tactic is very, very good. I tested it multiple times because I couldn't believe how good it was. And this is combining how Xabi Alonso plays with his Bayer Leverkusen side with how I kind of see a 5-2-2-1 or how I would want to see it played. And it is very, very good. We got the advanced forward on attack up top, 2 attacking midfielders on attack. We got a DLP on support and a ball-winning midfielder on support in those defensive midfield positions. Then we have 2 wingbacks on attack outside, 2 central defenders on defend with a ball-playing defender on cover, and between them, and a sweep keeper on support. This tactic is very, very good and allows players like Grimaldo at left back and Frimpong at right back to be absolute world beaters. If you have players like them who are pacey and great at playmaking, you are going to love this tactic. And this is once again a tactic kind of like the 4-2-3-1 Joker, where if you have a bigger striker up top playing that advanced forward on attack role, like a Dzeko, or for Bayer Leverkusen, they have Victor Boniface or Patrick Schick, you are going to absolutely love what you get out of them. Because with the attacking midfielders behind them and the wingbacks on attack, making sure that they get the ball to them for goal scoring opportunities, they're going to bang home loads and loads of goals for you, as well as are the attacking midfielders, because Hoffman and Wirtz in this did pretty well also. And with the DLP on support, they are going to be a big-time playmaker in this system. So you're not only getting big-time playmaking from your wingbacks and your attacking midfielders, but also the deep line playmakers. So you kind of get everything out of this 5-2-2-1. So if you are a side looking for a 5-in-the-back system, definitely give this one a go. So here we have it, coming in at number 1. It is the 4-3-3 Mando 2.0 with Real Madrid. Now, this tactic, on the face of things, looks the exact same as the original Mando, which kind of is, except when you go in depth. And if you want to go in depth, you can, once again, like I said earlier, check out the links down below to all the videos for these tactics so you get an in-depth look at things, because we're just kind of going over the face of things right now. The only things that I changed with the 2.0 for the 4-3-3 Mando was what some of the players are doing in their instructions. That is all that I did, and it took what is probably one of my best tactics, definitely my best 4-3-3, to being my best tactic I have probably ever made. It does everything that the original Mando does, but better, and brings nothing but trophy hauls with it. Because it allowed Real Madrid in the test to win absolutely everything. And in the most recent test that I did for this, they almost won everything again. It is that potent. And if you're not using the original Mando tactic, definitely use this one. You will not regret it. You will win trophy on trophy on trophy the rest of the way of FM23. Alright, so there we have it. That is all 10 tactics, my top 10 tactics for FM23 wrapped up for you guys. If you guys happen to enjoy today's video, please feel free to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Once again, like I said earlier, if you guys want a discount on FM24, there are links down below for pre-orders, and you can get 22% off using code GORMYFM24, all caps, at checkout. There are links down below in the description for that, as well as links down below in the description to my Discord, where you can download all these tactics from, as well as links to each video that you guys saw here today with these tactics, full breakdowns, all the nitty gritty stuff that you would need for them. But now, with all that being said, until next time, have a good one. Bye-bye.